Hi, I just wanted to share with you a conversation I had with somebody recently about their experience with their wife after having the first child. It's been a couple of months now, or 6 months, I think, actually. And he was telling me how frustrated he is at the fact that his wife is giving their daughter all of the attention, and that apparently, according to her, she loves the daughter more than him, and he's now getting jealous and feeling like the relationship's over, and that, you know what, they got married because they love each other and they knew that their relationship was going to be the most important in the family, but now that's all over. And so he's now saying that they're talking about getting divorced and whatnot. And listening to him, I could kind of see my own experience in what he was saying, because I think it's normal and natural for any man to feel jealous of the attention that a baby is getting, especially when it's a first child, because you love each other and you've got this relationship with each other, and because you love each other, you've created a child together, and then all of a sudden, for a period of months, the the father's not getting any attention or any action, and I think that's probably what the crux of the problem is: any action. And then that's how we kind of, a lot of us, feel love and express love in our relationships. Men are very physical, so obviously the lack of physical connection, whether that's physical touch, just even a cuddle, or sex, that's going to affect us negatively. So in the conversation, I reassured him that, you know what, first of all, his situation is very normal, and that it's not like it's not the end of the world, or his relationship, from what I could tell from listening to what he was saying. However, I did try to help him understand that, his wife's body is changing. She's got hormones going everywhere. She's got this child touching her all the time, and obviously she loves her daughter, and she wants to have that connection and everything. But mums get really tired of having their physical space filled by somebody else all the time. And so from her perspective, the last thing she wants to do, from a hormonal perspective, from a physical space perspective, is to have sex and to have physical connection or contact with her husband. Now, that's obviously going to be painful for him, and she's probably not feeling great about it either, but the communication, it seemed, was just getting really heated. So as I was talking to him, I was just letting him know that, you know what, first of all, he's not alone. I've experienced something similar, and I know a lot of dads who've experienced the same as well. But that it's important for each of us, in any kind of situation where we're having a period of time where our relationship is on the rocks, where we understand, first of all, that we love each other, that we are together because we love each other. We married each other because we love each other. We made a child together because we love each other. And that, yes, our relationship is the most important, but right now it's having a bit of a hard time. But that doesn't mean that it's the end. Hard times in a relationship, in a marriage, doesn't mean it's the end. Now, obviously, there are some relationships that are irreparable. There's just too much damage, there's abuse and whatever. I'm not talking about those kind of relationships, because obviously irreconcilable relationships are irreconcilable and need to be dissolved. But I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about a relationship, a normal relationship, that is having a hard time. That sort of relationship can only grow when the two parties stick at it, they work through it, they talk to each other, be honest about it. And of course, that's going to be hard and painful. But the relationship is so much better, from my experience, when they do that, when they work together, work through it together, because it's those hard times that they experience together, and it's the pain that they experience together, that when they get through it to the other side, they love each other so much more. I've experienced that with my wife on a number of occasions in the 12 years that we've been married. And they've been pretty bad experiences for us, where the ice has been thin, but we've worked through it, and it's just such a beautiful experience to work through it together and get to the other side. And as we were talking, he was just, he said, like, man, I've got goosebumps while you're saying this, and I had goosebumps as well. And it just reminded me that it's a principle, that principles are truth. Principles are universal across the board, regardless of circumstances or situations or individuals. And when we engage in principles, when we discuss principles, when we learn of them, and when we act on them and practice them, we're practicing truth. And I believe that we have a spiritual connection to truth. However we choose to look at that. But whenever we experience truth in our lives, I believe we can feel that physically. And our conversation that we were having, we were experiencing that the true principle of love, and in a relationship, that carries us through, and that's the most important thing. So yeah, good experience at the time. Hopefully, that'll help him, and it reminded me of my relationship and how important it is to work through hard times. See you in the next video.